Hello everybody and welcome to another top 5 records video, and today I'm gonna do another comparison. I'm gonna compare Groovin by the Young Rascals. And some people may not know this album because Groovin is, well, at least over here in Europe, it's not a very famous album. I can explain what kind of music this is. The Young Rascals, they are a kind of, how do I say it? Monkeys like boy band, and that sounds not as positive, although I like the Monkeys, as I want it to sound. It's a very bright, cheerful band. It's a very bright and cheerful album. It's a serious summer of love album, perhaps a little bit more focused for teenagers than for hippies. This has nothing to do with Grateful Dead or The Doors kind of things, but it is a beautiful, beautiful, cheerful album. I mean, come on and make a good, cheerful, fun album. I put this on a lot when I have friends over, and it's a moment in time. It is very youthful. It is very joyful. It has a beautiful sense of cheerfulness to it. So I think it's interesting that MoFi chose it to reissue, but then again I believe it's much more popular in America. And today I'm going to be comparing these two. Now, the first pressing I ever found was this one, the first American stereo. And I have to say that online, for example, on the Steve Huffman forum, a lot of people tend to prefer certain songs, or some people even the entire album, in mono. So the choice for MoFi to do a reissue in mono is very interesting. This pressing, this first American pressing, it's beautiful. It brings me to a time and place I wasn't alive during those days, and it's so hopeful, cheerful. The sound is it's a gorgeous sounding pressing, so it's interesting. What does a Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab pressing on 45 RPM do to that? Now, I just did a comparison here, and I had this one on the turntable at 33 RPM with a stereo needle, and then I switched it to a mono needle. Seriously, you really need a needle that gets deeper in the grooves. You can't do a comparison between mono and stereo with just a stereo needle. I mean, there are loads of people out there who do that, and you get a different outcome. You cannot compare it. You do not know what a mono record sounds like with a stereo needle. It's uncomparable. Now, put the mono needle in, 45 RPM, and everything pointed towards that this should be a better pressing. And it's not. Seriously, it's not, and I do not understand why. This should have more detail, yet this one has more detail. I mean, the quality of the voice, it's out there. A lot of times the people say that, and I have experienced it with some MoFi pressings myself, that they boost the low end or the high end. Not all the times, and sometimes it's hard to decide whether that is the case because we haven't heard the master. You know, they might have cut a high and low down for the first pressing to get it working for the market, so the needle wouldn't pop out. This one, the high and the low are nothing compared to this. It sounds so much more livelier, so much more the high of the trumpet on this record, beautiful. This one doesn't do anything. The dynamics of this record are amazing. The differences between the lower sounds and the higher sounds, this one really sparks out. It's a sparkling, beautiful, fresh sounding record. Beautiful combination of all the instruments there, and all the frequencies and the volumes there. Beautiful, beautiful. Seriously, the difference between these two, it's uncomparable. It's well, uncomparable. I just compared it, but it's unbelievable how much less this sounds. I mean, putting this MoFi on, it's like I put a blanket over my speakers, and you can put it in a beautiful cardboard box and have a beautiful well, no, it's not that gorgeous, but the sound-wise, I usually prefer a good mono version. I'm a mono guy. I really like mono because it has this full punch in the quality. Yet there seems to go something wrong even in the, I mean, the high doesn't get better, the low doesn't get better, and the mid is just a little bit muffled. It sounds, yeah, dusty is not the right word, but it feels dusty. Yet this is lively and gorgeous. I, for the life of me, cannot understand what went wrong in here. I mean, it's not a case of equalizing. They didn't do it with equalizing. They got a copy from the master, put it on a DSD. No, I'm not a fan of going digital, but I have heard beautiful MoFi pressings which had a digital step in there. So that should not be the problem. I'm really curious. Some people say that the original mono of this sounds even better than the stereo. So send them over and I'll compare them. But this mono 45 does not beat this stereo. The differences are enormous. And if you like this pressing, well, wait till you get an original, because then you're gonna love it. It's a complete difference in the way the album comes to life. It's a complete difference in the overall cheerfulness. I mean, this is a band that has a hopeful teenage cheer charm, and the mono version does not contain that. And that is a mastering, a quality, a pressing issue. I cannot understand the quality and the identity of the band on the MoFi. So, I'm curious, what are your experiences? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Leave a comment below, and I'll see you in the next video.